First Samuel chapter 4. Defeat of the Israelites. At that time the Philistines gathered for an attack on Israel. Israel went out to engage them in battle and camped at Ebenezer. While the Philistines camped at Aphek, the Philistines then drew up in battle formation against Israel. After a fierce struggle, Israel was defeated by the Philistines, who killed about 4,000 men. On the battlefield, when the troops retired to the camp, the elders of Israel said, "Why has the Lord permitted us to be defeated today by the Philistines? Let us fetch the ark of the Lord from Shiloh, that it may go into the battle among us and save us from the grasp of our enemies." Loss of the ark. So the people sent to Shiloh and brought from there the ark of the Lord of hosts, who is enthroned upon the cherubim. The two sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, accompanied the ark of God. When the ark of the Lord arrived in the camp, all of Israel shouted so loudly that the earth shook. The Philistines, hearing the uproar, asked, "What does this loud shouting at the camp of the Hebrews mean?" On learning that the ark of the Lord had come into the camp, the Philistines were frightened, crying out, "Gods have come to their camp. Woe to us! Who can deliver us from the power of these mighty gods? These are the gods who struck the Egyptians with various plagues in the desert. Take courage and act like soldiers, Philistines, otherwise you will become slaves to the Hebrews, as they were your slaves. Fight like soldiers." The Philistines fought, and Israel was defeated. Everyone fled to their own tents. It was a disastrous defeat. Israel lost 30,000 foot soldiers. The ark of God was captured, and Eli's two sons, Hophni and Phinehas, were dead. The death of Eli. A Benjamite flew from the battlefield and reached Shiloh that same day, with his clothes torn and his head covered with dirt. When he arrived, Eli was sitting in his chair beside the gate, watching the road, for he was troubled at heart about the ark of God. The man, however, went into the city to announce his news. Then the whole city cried out. When Eli heard the uproar, he wondered why there was such commotion. Just then the man rushed up to inform him Eli was 98 years old, and his eyes would not focus, so he could not see. The man said to Eli, "I have come from the battlefield today. I fled from there." He asked, "What happened, my son?" And the messenger answered, "Israel flew from the Philistines. In fact, the troops suffered heavy losses. Your two sons, Hophni and Phinehas, are dead, and the ark of God has been captured." At this mention of the ark of God, Eli fell backward from his chair into the gateway. He died of a broken neck, since he was an old man and heavy. He had judged Israel for 40 years. His daughter-in-law, the wife of Phinehas, was pregnant and was about to give birth. When she heard the news about the capture of the ark of God and the deaths of her father-in-law and her husband, she crouched down in labor and gave birth. She was about to die when the woman standing around her said to her, "Do not be afraid, you have given birth to a son." Yet she neither answered nor paid any attention. She named the child Lahabad, saying, "Gone is the glory from Israel," referring to the capture of the ark of God, and to her father-in-law and her husband. And she said, "Gone is the glory from Israel, because the ark of God has been captured." First Samuel chapter 5. The ark of the temple of Dagon. The Philistines, having captured the ark of God, transferred it from Ebenezer to Ashdod. They then took the ark of God and brought it into the temple of Dagon, placing it beside Dagon. When the people of Ashdod rose early the next morning, Dagon was lying face down on the ground before the ark of the Lord. So they picked Dagon up and put him back in his place. But early the next morning when they arose, Dagon lay face down on the ground before the ark of the Lord, his head and his hands broken off, and lying on the threshold, his trunk alone intact. For this reason, neither the priests of Dagon nor any others who enter the temple of Dagon tread on the threshold of Dagon in Ashdod to this very day. The ark is carried about. Now the hand of the Lord weighed heavily on the people of Ashdod, ravaging them and afflicting the city and its vicinity with tumors. On seeing how matters stood, the people of Ashdod decided the ark of God. They decided the ark of the God of Israel must not remain with us, for his hand weighs heavily on us and Dagon our God. So they summoned all the Philistine leaders and inquired of them, what shall we do with this ark of God of Israel? The people of Gath replied, let them move the ark of the God of Israel to us. So they moved the ark of the God of Israel to Gath. But after it had been brought there, the hand of the Lord was against the city, resulting in utter turmoil. The Lord afflicted its inhabitants, young and old, and tumors broke out on them. The ark of God was next sent to Ekron. But as it entered the city, the people there cried out, why have they brought the ark of the God of Israel here to us, and our kindred? Then they too sent a summons to all the Philistine leaders and pleaded, send away the ark of the God of Israel, send it back to its place so it does not kill us and our kindred. A deadly panic had seized the whole city since the hand of God lay heavy upon it. Those who escaped death were afflicted with tumors, thus the outcry from the city went up to the heavens. God bless you.